If you're trying to compete in the EV market, you really got to bring your A game. EVs are kind of a tough sell right now. This is the 2024 Chevy Blazer EV RS model, all-wheel drive. You can get it in rear-wheel drive, and I believe you can get it in front-wheel drive, although they do cost more than all-wheel drive. Special shout out to Jerry Seiner Chevrolet here in Salt Lake City. If you would like to test drive or purchase one of these, they do have a few of them available. Be sure to check out their website. Let's go and check out the window sticker so we can see how much this Blazer costs. So here are the specs at the very top with the color and the interior. And then this is the power plant for this EV. And be sure to pause it for the standard equipment. Now if you are looking to purchase one of these, base price is $56,200. And here is the RS Convenience and Driver Confidence package. Destination is $1,395 with a total price of $60,215. And here are the fuel economy and environment specs. Now I know a lot of people expect the Blazer to be an off-road SUV, but Chevy decided to go in a different direction for these newer Blazers. Now one thing I like about the EV is you do have these lights that dance when you approach it, and if you get the RS model, you do get the upgraded headlights. So the lights pretty much run all the way across the front, and you can see it's pretty much blacked out, and that's kind of what that RS is going to give you on this trim level. So black lower part right here, you can kind of see the lights are kind of starting to dance right now. Nice sculpting in the hood, and then off to the side you're gonna have a 21-inch wheel wrapped in a Bridgestone Alenza tire. These are self-sealing tires, so if you do get a puncture, small, like I think it's like a 1/4 inch or smaller, it will self-heal itself, which is pretty cool. It's a 275/45 tire, independent front suspension, and just check out the overall design. This is where you're gonna charge at. You just have to push, there's like 2 little slots on the side. And of course you have your regular charger and then your fast charge. And if you want to close it again, you just push right there. Black accents on the mirrors. And I'm not sure if you guys saw in the front, but there was a camera here in the center. And also a camera on the mirror too. So it has 360 camera. And smart key system for the front and rear doors. And I like the black bottom of this too. It has a really nice approach, including the fender flare, just like a high gloss, so it has a nice appearance. Also on the roof, you have a black trim piece for your roof rails, tinted glass out back, and then check out the styling on the tail lights. You can kind of see the lights dancing again. They do resemble something that Lexus does, but hey, it's not a bad thing. They all kind of copy each other anyways. But parking sensors out back. And I don't have to say this on the EVs, but every bulb on here is going to be LED. Backup cameras right there. And let's go ahead and pop the rear hatch. It is powered. They provide lighting out back. You can kind of see some of that red interior. And this is decent size for this type of vehicle too. Kind of deep storage right there. There is no spare tire, which is a good thing because it reduces the weight, which is going to help you get a little bit better range. And let's go ahead and pop the front. In order to pop the front, you do have this down below. It says you have to pull it twice. I was shocked to see this, guys. There is no frunk on the Blazer EV. And for me personally, I thought GM would have really brought their A game to really compete with the others, because who doesn't like extra storage? But you do have a large trunk, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, if you're wondering what the horsepower and torque numbers are, it's going to be 288 horsepower, 333 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you are looking for a fast charge, you can get 78 miles of range in about 10 minutes on a 190 kilowatt DC. As far as the range goes, it's estimated to be about 279 miles. So for the most part, if you're just doing local driving, this would be really good for certain people. And I don't know if I showed it earlier, but you do have a little pass through there for some air. And I believe they offer some skid plates down below. Now, I tried to show you guys this thing charging, but unfortunately it still needs to go through service, and maybe in the future I'll do a quick drive and I'll show you guys the charging on this thing. But this is how you pop that rear hatch, and you do have power folding mirrors on both sides, heated mirrors. You also have the blind spot monitoring, and I like the overall design. Like, look at the attention to detail, soft touch, red stitching to go with the red accents to the interior. And there's a lot of red. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a lot of red in this Blazer. You're gonna see large screens across the board. So this is an 11-inch screen and a 17.7-inch. And all you have to do is just jump inside and it does the rest. So it's kind of like a Tesla to that regard. So you just put it in drive and you can go. But here's some of the gauges right here. You can change this screen around by pushing this button. So let's go ahead and do that real quickly. So this is the navigation. So yeah, you have this screen here. Shows you where you are for the battery, also for the charge there on the right side. And it goes back to this screen here. I like how it shows you the date, time, and the temperature. All great information. Now this screen here is huge. Very well laid out. You have your climate controls down below. I like that they give you hard buttons too for the fan. And you can see down below here you have your air vents too. A little bit of storage, pretty deep right there. 2 Type-C USBs, which are pretty common now, and there's a little bit of deep storage down there. Cup holders, wireless charger for your phone, more deep storage. You have another Type-C USB, and what looks to be a 12-volt plug here. Yep, 12-volt plug right there. And then at the roof, you have some lights, LED. Mirrors on both sides. And then check out the dash too. Nice accent right there. Heads-up display is right there. And let's go ahead and jump back to this screen. All the way to the left, you do have one pedal drive, so you can turn it on and off, or you can make it really strong if you'd like. So you can put it on really high. This will turn the vehicle off. Here's some of your lighting controls. And at the very top you'll see there's a power button. If I push it or tap it, it will mute or turn the volume back on. If you hold the button down, it'll give you like what's called like a calm screen, and you just see the time and the temperature at the very top. And again, I love the fact that you have the heated and ventilated seats, and there is like a microfiber like suede material, which is pretty uncommon when you have those types of functions. They don't normally give you like heated and ventilated seats. They normally give you heated seats, but not ventilated seats. Heated steering wheel buttons right here. And here's a menu for your charge, so you can set to where you want it to charge at. Something else I like about this, if you're charging later, you can have a preconditioning, so you can set the temperature for the interior. So if you're working from someplace and they have the charger, you can pretty much plug it in and set the time for it. And then you can set where you want the temperature to be at when you get back to the vehicle. Really nice, and I like that they added that to the Blazer. At the very top, you have your home button, and that button is going to be the most important one on the screen because it takes you here. Obviously, you can move things around. You have your navigation right here. Unfortunately for GM, you do have to have a subscription for these navigations after a certain time frame. They give you like a certain time free, but yeah, it turns off and it's kind of a dead space on your menu here when you don't pay for it. Also, you have wireless Apple CarPlay. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but you have your 360 camera view here. You have your overhead, and then you have your side view. It shows you where the tires are. This is good for parking spaces. If you suck at parking, this is perfect. And let's go ahead and move over to the passenger side. I almost forgot, I never showed this to you. So this is your gear shifter. So if you want to get into a gear, you have to pull it towards you, push it down for drive, push it up for reverse, and you push this button for park. You have an auto hold here, and then this is like your, what do you call it, lane keep assist, things like that, parking brake. Also, this button here is like a hold as well. Your windshield wiper stalks right there. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side now. So pretty much the same interior design as you saw. Glove box down below. No storage on the side of the seat, which is something I'd like to see, but not a big deal. And these are most likely for service for the batteries. Out back, I would say that this is pretty large for this type of vehicle. Sitting behind myself would be more of a challenge. So I have more than enough space, guys. Like, this is decently sized. You have more Type-C USBs, outboard heated seats right there, air vents above, 2 cup holders, anchors for your child seat, and plenty of headroom too. Lighting's up there. I'm actually impressed by this. This is a really nice attempt for GM, and I think they did a decent job coming into the marketplace. Now, if you're a business owner, you're probably wondering, can you write this thing off on your taxes? The answer is yes. So here are the gross axle weight ratings. The gross vehicle weight rating is 6,504 pounds, 21 by 9.5 wheels, so they're pretty wide too. And if you're wondering, here's your payload and tire pressure for this setup here. Now, I think that GM came into the market strong, but there are a few things I would have liked to have seen for this Blazer EV, like the front area, for example. That would have been nice to have some storage there. Also, I think they should have came out with Super Cruise standard for all of the models for the first model year, because I think that would have really helped, because if you haven't driven a GM product, it will literally change the lane for you, put the signal on to get around a car if it's going too slow. So be sure to check out Jerry Seiner's inventory if you would like to buy one of these or test drive it. Let them know inside the video. See you guys soon.